Welcome back, it's Cameron 301 here, and today we're going to be doing my old £11 Sainsbury's shop in Aldi's. There's a little bit of a backstory towards this. Basically, a few years ago, around 2020, 2021, during COVID times, I was actually like really broke and struggling with money, and I was a student still on a work experience year. I had almost no money. I had to live in private accommodation just for that year. Like I wasn't in it was student private accommodation, but I wasn't in like the halls or anything for that year for my work experience year because it was far from my university place. So basically that year, because of COVID, I didn't manage to keep some of my tuition loan. I done something really stupid and spent £600 because I was thinking, wait, oh, I'm rich now. This is rich. I spent yeah, basically I done something really stupid with the student tuition loan because of COVID and everything became locked down. I was like, I feel rich and I've got nothing to spend my money on. I was like, okay, let my eyes lit up. I was like, let me try and experience being rich for once. I shouldn't have done that because I could have used that money to pay my rent and travel. And eventually, when things opened up, I had to go back in. But it got so bad to the point where I had to always ask my mum and dad to borrow money to pay the rent. And the rent was paid like every 4 months, so it's always a big amount. I had to pay for the train as well. Where I live, I don't have to pay for the bus or the train. There, I had to pay for the train to get there because there was no public bus that served the area where I worked. It was only a train station, and like the nearest shop was like miles away anyway. I don't know how long, probably at least 3 miles away, and to walk that distance is gonna take you quite a while, maybe like an hour. And then what else? I might be rambling on a little bit. I was trying to make this short and quick, but there's lots of different things. Yeah, so basically, I was just what I used to do to try and get to work late. Well, I had to like tell them like, oh, I can't make it for this time anymore. The time I had to start an hour late because even though I didn't, even though I had to pay for the train, I didn't have to pay for the bus because I've got like I'm not gonna say what it is. I might reveal later on. I've got like a sensory disability, so I don't have to pay for the bus or train in London. But at the time, I didn't have to pay for the bus after 9:30. So basically, I used to get the bus that would arrive after 9:30 and end up getting to the place at 11 because the train there only came once an hour. Because where I worked was literally in the middle of nowhere. It was so scary. Like it was way in the middle of nowhere. Like at night time, it's pitch black, barely any lighting. And there's a level crossing too. The train station had a level crossing, but the train station was the main transport for people coming from London, people coming from places like Lincolnshire, and people coming from we call it like Cambridge. People coming from, I think one we went to somewhere in Yorkshire. Yeah, so that train was quite a useful train journey. Although it wasn't Yorkshire, it was the Midlands, the East Midlands. That's it, East Midlands. Yeah, so all over the UK. So basically, that was basically yeah, that was a time I was really struggling in life, and now since the cost of living has been going up by quite a while, I want to see how much that shop would cost now in Aldi. I might actually do it in Sainsbury's for comparison as well, because I managed to survive on £11 a week. £11 a week. And I still managed to keep most of my nutrients up. My iron was a little bit low. It was like 1 or 2 milligrams below what it used to be, but I still managed to keep my minerals and nutrients up on that very low budget. What I'll be doing is I'll be documenting what I'm eating. I might not always be able to video because I live with other people, so you won't be able to hear what's going on clearly. You might be interrupting. So if I'm free when I'm eating, I will make the video. If not, I will put a picture and do the voiceover of what I'm eating and what I eat for that 1 week. So I'm doing this for 1 week. It's like a 1 week challenge shop thing. Also, I used to have to get tissue and fabric softener and laundry detergent, but I don't have to do that anymore. I do still get toilet tissue, but I don't get the laundry and I can't say it, laundry detergent and fabric softener. I mean, so yeah. So without further ado, let's go. So as you can see, my old £10 grocery shop that used to be between £8 to £11 came up to £16 and 17 pence. So basically, inflation is real. Aldi used to be cheap back then. My whole shop probably would have been about £8. And even when I first started shopping at Aldi, my shops did come to about £8. Now I've come between £13 to £17, I'd say. And this is median what I would have what I was surviving on for a short shop, like a really low budget shop. So for that, that's quite expensive. Imagine doing this in Sainsbury's nowadays. Like, are we gonna go back and do this in Sainsbury's as well? See if it's changed. I would say we did make one small change. Usually, usually I would buy Walker's crisp, but I used to buy the cheapest crisp in the that I could see in the supermarket. But this time, I just bought the cheapest. The same thing as buy the cheapest crisp that I could see in the supermarket, but in Aldi, the cheapest aren't Walker's. It's a snack right. So that's the only difference I can really say. Everything else, I get exactly the same. I was also used to rationing meals. Like I couldn't eat as much as I used to before. It kind of really made me realize how privileged I really was at the time. And I'm grateful for that now that I'm not in that situation and that I'm able to independently look after myself right now. So the thing is here that I got to eat is Harvest Moon Benefit red fruit. I used to buy Sainsbury's Balance red fruit and Active soy milk. The reason why I used to buy fruit is to try and get one of my 5 a day, but I realised there's not enough fruit in it to even meet the nutrient requirements for that. And also I got a small bowl here. What I used to do is ration my cereal. When rationing my cereal, I wouldn't eat as much. Sometimes I'd have like raspberries or apples as well with my cereal to get some vitamins and increase iron absorption to vitamin C. I'd often have like one big meal, and then the rest of it I would salvage for the rest of the week. So it's like I have a treat day. So the first time I open it, I'd make it quite a big portion. And after I've opened it, I would make it smaller. I'll probably eat maybe like that much cereal. Just got to scavenge, but I'll have one big bowl first. So that's what we're going to do here. With soy milk, you always need to shake up for some reason. I'm not sure why, but we need to shake it, to shake the side to side like this. Right, with toast, I have just plain toast because I couldn't afford to eat anything else. Yeah, I'll put in the milk. Usually I do it round in a circle 3 times. So I'll be like 1, 2, 3, and then yeah, and that's how I'll do it, and that's how much I'll basically have. Now I'm tucking and enjoy after I've shown you guys. He's got red fruit, it's cherries. He used to have strawberries in it, one of them. Also it's got strawberries here, giant strawberry. But yeah, enjoy. For lunch, I would often just have toast. Toast with margarine. I couldn't even afford toppings like a salad. I was so broke at the time. Luckily, right now I'm not in that situation, but I'm reliving it a little bit on the budget I had. And yeah, just margarine, so it's a little bit messily, but it's okay. And usually just water, but I couldn't even afford water. Just a glass of water. I literally couldn't afford to buy bottled water a lot of the time. I had to pay for the train every day to get to work. And I think I had about £400 coming in every day. But and I also spend the rest of it on food. So I have to use tap water if I could afford actual bottled water from the store, or if I could afford fresh fruit juice. That was a luxury back then. Now, I don't agree with drinking tap water anyway because it's disgusting. It used to be safe, but definitely not anymore. And I prefer to have filtered water. Yeah, this is my lunch. If I didn't have bread, what I would have is tortillas with olives. I would toast them. I wanted cheese with them, but I couldn't have cheese because I couldn't afford it. I needed just basic food to survive. like a, see how I've only got like a, nothing up to maybe 1 or 2 days. What I'd usually do is I would put fruit in my cereal, so I wouldn't eat as much cereal and use as much milk, because it fills up the bowl much higher than if I was just to have cereal by itself. As you can see, I was also rationing the cereal so that I'd use less cereal instead of using the amount I'd like to have. Only the first use I'd have a big use. Yeah, there's barely any milk left, but I'd make that last for another meal. So as you can see, this is my lunch. This is what I'd like to call Ital stew. It's not exactly Ital because I use soy milk instead of coconut milk. It doesn't look very pleasant, but basically it's red kidney beans, carrots, peppers, and rice. It was with rice as well. Rice as a side. So yeah, that's the main thing. Also, you're probably thinking why I've got orange juice. I've got orange juice because basically sometimes when I was going through this broke stage, my parents would send me like packages and stuff, so there's gonna be little bits and pieces that would help, like bits of food and that to help save the money, and that would help me last the week, and I could save for the groceries that I had extra left over, so I could have maybe like a 3 days worth of food. I don't have to shop maybe for a little bit of snacks and stuff like that, maybe some essential things missing from my diet, but that's it. So yeah, that's why I've got orange juice this time, and yeah, that's my lunch. I wouldn't also eat in order. Sometimes this Ital stew, I'd have it with toast, and sometimes I'll just eat it by itself. It just depends. There was a stage where I was really broke, I had it without rice. It's still nice either way. A lot of people, different ingredients. Basically, the only ingredients you really need for Ital stew are coconut milk, carrots, peppers, and red kidney beans. That's it, really. You can add any other vegetable you want to it. You get squash, potato, whatever you like. But yeah, so that's just basically the meal that we're eating. The next thing we're going to be eating is just toast. So sometimes I only had 2 slices of toast because I was that broke at that time. So again, I'll just eat with a little bit of soy milk. There's not much in there, but there's some, because I often wouldn't have enough left. So again, for the 3rd day in a row, we're having rice with Ital stew and some extra chickpeas. My mum cooks some extra chickpeas. I would sometimes do that when I was broke, so I did buy chickpeas. With the chickpeas, I would mix them together with the red kidney beans so my food lasts longer. So when times got really bad, I'd only have 2 slices of toast and an apple. Like when my soy milk ran out, I had no cereal, and also a glass of water. And as I was saying before, always tap water, just using the messy table. This would usually be my breakfast, sometimes my lunch. So, I'd have 2 of these. I keep stuttering. So, I'd have 2 of these, and that would be my meal. I think today is the 4th day, so we start on Friday, so it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Today is the 4th day, Monday, so we do this until Thursday, I think. Because on Thursday, we'll have... On Thursday, it will be the 7th, I believe, because Tuesday 5th, Wednesday 6th, 7th. So this is my breakfast again, the same cereal. This one's just run out now. As I always do, first use the big one, and then the rest of them I use a smaller amount. So that's what I used to do before. So for my lunch, again, I'm having chickpeas, rice, and carrots because we had some left over, so we're finishing that off. For dinner, we will probably have an olive tortilla wrap for dinner or toast, depending. So far our food looked pretty similar, but today we're having for our lunch/dinner pasta with chickpeas and peppers. It's seasoned with chili, garlic, salt and pepper, so you know, basic Englishified ingredients, but it's okay. It's all we have at the moment. Last time was cumin, but it was rice, but this time we changed it up a little bit with what seasoning we used. It's looking good. Now, without further ado, let's dig in.